welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for the world champ, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the one and only, the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, the legend, the icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. And then, of course, we got the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen,
wait, we also got a multi-game champion.
Oh.
One of the best players of all time with a submachine gun. Yeah, I'm trying to guess who will.
Multi-game? I've only won in COD. What am I, a Halo Pro?
Multi Call of Duty games.
Multi-title. Multi-title.
A fucking god, bro.
How much papaya you ripping today?
Actually, 0.
Yeah, he's been drinking. He's been taking shots.
Actually, I have had 0 drinks and 0 rips today.
Is Val's watching? Can you edit this out?
Nah, leave it in, Val's. It's already over. It's fucking chalked. I appreciate the effort, Benji. I appreciate that.
Get 1 gold star for trying.
But let's lock in, guys. Today was Championship Sunday, and guys, this was probably the best Championship Sunday we've had in years. Would you guys agree with that day?
Since Cold War Major 5 was pretty fucking lit.
Cold War Major 5, New York was really good, but
this was insane.
And recent, like,
New York was good.
This year, without a doubt, and in recent memory for sure.
Yeah.
The matches
today
were crazy.
Was unbelievable.
It was nuts. This was actually just insane. The matches that we had, 4 matches today, was the top 4 teams. We kind of knew going into it who the top 4 teams were, and it all came down to today. And you really got to see just how close these teams were, and just in general, how close these guys are and how much of a battle it was. It was fucking insane. We're obviously going to get to the champions. We'll get there, but we're going to start things off with the first series of the day. We obviously don't want to waste any time here and get right into it. So let's hop on in. Let's switch on over. We start things off with OpTic Texas going up against the New York Subliners. This one ended in a 3-2 finish in favor of the OpTic Texas. We scroll down. We take a look here at the stat sheet. And Jesus, mono! The New York Subliners got absolutely pooed on.
This is map 1.
Map 1 looks like that.
Oh, sorry. Overview. Jesus, mono! Oh!
Go back to map 1. Go back.
Oh, man. We should have just stayed there. Guys, New York got pooped on here in the stat department, but this did go all the way down to a map number 5. So, of course, we had a great series here. I mean, Ben, why don't you kick it off? What did you think about OpTic versus New York today?
I mean, I think the problem for New York is hardpoint. Their hardpoint map pool is pretty tiny, and this is supposed to be one of the better maps. OpTic took care of that. You knew that OpTic was going to take the Rio. And, yeah, New York's been great at control the split. They've been a good search team, but eventually the Game 5 luck runs out. OpTic looked great in Invasion today, and that's how New York gets another top 4 placing, and they're still kind of stuck in that box of their top 4, but they're number 4.
They're definitely number 4, at least in my opinion. Sam, what did you think about the series today with OpTic in New York?
Yeah, New York are definitely number 4. I was a little concerned with the high-rise loss today, as well as the control loss for OpTic. That was like 2 big things that they obviously fixed later in the day. But in this series specifically, they didn't have a strong showing Saturday. So to see them lose high-rise, which they were obviously playing the majority of the split, and then lose a pretty easy control to New York, I was a little concerned. But, I mean, they destroyed them in the hard points. There was an this arguably could have been a 3-0 for New York. There was a fucking unbelievable choke in the first map.
Yeah, the choke in the first map was
the ending
crazy.
For those of you guys that did not see it, New York had 3 streaks, I believe, for the last 3 hills of the game and managed to not win the map. So it was good grit by OpTic to close the series. They looked great on Invasion, which helped them out later in the day as well. But, yeah, it was a good series through
Sam, we talk about these streaks all the time, and it to the point where people are in the comments like, man, they're always pulling up all the cruise missiles, and it's because people are so bad at using them. New York, every time they use a streak, nobody was in a position to make a playoff.
They're supposed to be an advantage. You get a 6-kill streak, it's supposed to be an advantage, and teams don't utilize them, so we're going to keep harping on it.
Yeah, it's just if teams aren't going to get set up properly and not play for spot, they're just not using them the right way. They're kind of just blindly popping streaks and not getting set up, and it costed New York here. And a team like OpTic, they're going to take advantage of those mistakes. Duarte, what did you think about the series today, OpTic New York?
I mean, you guys covered pretty much all the bases. I think New York could have easily 3-0'd this series if they won that first map, but the concern going into it was definitely New York's hard point. They've just been terrible at it. I thought when they ended up forcing a Game 5 that we'd have a closer game, but OpTic took care of them on that invasion, search, and destroy pretty handily. My thoughts, since New York is pretty much eliminated after this match, they just need Kismet to start performing better. I think Dante had a great major. I think Hydra always performs.
Skies, too.
Skies had an all right major. He was
okay.
pretty inconsistent. I don't think he was playing as consistent as he normally does. But even then, I think Kismet was the clear outlier for this team when it came to pretty much all their series that they lost. I don't know. I just think this team just isn't as good as they are at this game as they were at the last. I don't think keeping Priesta would have changed the team dynamic at all. It could have arguably made them worse because Kismet, I think, is just actually worse at this game. And Preston, he's been up and down on that Boston team. So tough for New York. I'm curious to see what they do moving forward. But they just got to work on that hard point. It's been terrible.
I mean, it's the new maps combined 2 and 5 on 6-star and Vista. They started to get better at Rio. They didn't really play a lot.
Slow to adapt.
At the beginning of last stage with their 5 and 4 on it. But as those old maps have come out, they got to get better at the other 2 new maps, or it's going to be tough sledding because their S&D was off a bit. It got back on by the end of the stage, which is good. The control actually was excellent, but can't win hard points, man. It's going to be real tough.
Pat, what did you think about the series? New York played them close, but OpTic Texas closed it out.
Yeah, I thought it was a good series. Yesterday I said I'm just going to go Game 5 for sure, and I thought New York would have got it done with a Nysl. Chris, I think you sugarcoated it a little bit. I know Skies has had some moments this year, but I don't think he's been as good as we're saying, especially in this stage 3. I thought he's been pretty bad. Obviously, Kismet is by far their worst, but this whole roster just needs to figure out their slang because they're, aside from Hydra, they're just all so inconsistent.
Did you watch the map 1?
Yeah,
For the series?
this joke, yeah.
When Paco started that map, I forgot I think it was 8 and 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he picked it up.
Bro, that's just the sum of their season. He was 8 and 16, and he ended the map almost positive, if not positive. And they started bringing it back, and it was a good game. That is their season, and it's 32 and 30 when he started 8 and 16.
It's great.
They were
everything
down 90,
everything revolves around Paco,
all of it.
right? If he's having a tough map,
They will
you can
not win.
see how much it
They will
hinders
not
him.
win.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how much he pulls for
But
this
even
team.
when he has a good map and the others get
Still,
cooked,
it's hard.
yeah, it's too
bright
hard.
point,
Yeah.
I will say, though, a bright point for New York was Sib this weekend. I thought he had his
played
best
well.
major for sure throughout the first 3. I thought Dante showed up. We were harping on him pretty hard. So it was good to see him have a good major. But, yeah, I think the brunt of the fault this weekend definitely falls to Kiz. He just, to put it bluntly, he's just not that good.
He had
this
an
game.
envoy stage.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Skies was playing good, right? He was having his moments where he was looking really good.
He's
Guys played all
He's
right.
playing mid. I think mid's probably the best.
He
way
played
to
mid at the
describe it.
major, but
Yeah.
statistically, he's probably been around the top 5 in terms of ARs in
Yeah.
stats categories. So
Well, it's hard when there's only 4.
yeah. But either way, he's been good.
Yeah.
I mean, for New York, this is at this point. You got 2 more events. If you can't figure this out, you're just going to be the better than the rest team. And right now, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I think on the other side, you definitely got to gas up Dashy and Kenny. Just the ARs from OpTic today were insane.
Yeah.
What Kenny brings in the comms department and how he kind of brings these guys together. In my opinion, Kenny's the glue. They need somebody like Kenny. And then you have somebody like Dashy who, Pat, I know there was a moment during the year where you really wanted to see Dashy just be more aggressive, chow
too
more
talented.
things. You're right. You talked about his talent, and he did that in this series with a 1.33
maps 1 and 4.
over 16,000 damage. Yeah, maps 1 and 4.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here at the hill time. You can see Dashy here
Can you
with
go to map 4 hill
162.
time as well for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
It's Dashy
shit.
with 144 seconds
What's
there
the
as well.
stats
problem
right there
is-
as well? Is that a 26 and 14 for the map? What's
The
the map
problem
1
is,
stats
Sam,
on?
they're
No,
playing
map 1
against New
stats. Here you
York.
go, Sam.
So
Oh,
he's
27
kind of just
Okay.
sitting there because
Gotcha.
New York's not doing anything. But yeah, Dashy needs to get active. He's too talented. His shot is too good. And you see it in the series. He got active.
Yeah.
He's just gross. And I think the maps help a lot too, right? He's no longer playing Skid Row and these maps where he's just sitting back. He's playing Vista and Rio, which are more mixy, which allows him to get a little bit more active. And I think you see that, and that's why they've gotten so much better.
I think they're better at the new maps than the old maps because it actually makes their subs play better, not Brandon. Because I think Brandon's been pretty good for most.
But the
of
old
year.
maps were just sit and hill and let people push out until they get broke. That's how how
Yeah,
Skid Row
but-
played. But
But I hear
you
you,
have
but
to
that was
stay
also the
engaged
subs
and be
having
active.
issues than Brandon. No.
Not really. It's the same thing. Now the subs die, the ARs can at least trade. When you're playing maps like Skid Row, the AR's just sitting in hill. Once people die, then their AR just going to
The
die
hills were
anyway.
not like the active point of engagement. It
Yeah.
was just everything around the hill. They would eventually just collapse
Now it's
and kill.
mixy.
Now, the hill is literally where everyone is, and that's where all the kills come.
Yeah, the New York Subliners end up getting top 4 here at the event. What do you think's next for New York? What do you think is going to happen to these guys? Any changes moving forward? Do you think they're just going to stay together? They are a great team.
I don't think there's any upgrades. They
Yeah.
got to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, unless they think that they have no ability to win with the squad, they got to stick it. Their next stage is Carolina, FaZe, Seattle, Vegas, Minnesota OpTic, and LA Thieves. So I think they get 4 or 5 wins.
I mean,
with that.
we're not really like.
Yeah, no, they're gonna make winners.
They're gonna get their wins,
Yeah,
bro.
they're going to be
Whatever.
top 4
It's
again
when
next event.
I
even
want
if
to see
they
them on a
don't
Saturday, bro.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with you. I agree with you with on this. Like, I don't think there's a clear person in challengers that you can plug and play and just figure
There's
it out
no-
quickly.
They're not
and
making
get
any
it going.
changes.
Not making any
So I
changes.
just don't think it's worth it making a change unless there's some insane internal thing.
This
that's
team just
preventing
needs to
them.
figure it out, bro. I don't care about anything that this team does that is outside of a Saturday, Sunday event.
And it's also mainly hard point. Like, that's what they got to figure out.
They're really good at control.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually gross at control.
Yeah, speaking of challengers, before we move on to the next series, I want to give a huge shout out to FC Black because they are champions yet again in challengers. They were able to get the dub here today. They have been in the grand final of every single challengers event. So I just definitely want to give them a shout out because these guys have definitely been making plays in the challenger scene, and I want to make sure they're getting the credit that they deserve because they have been absolutely incredible. Asim's here now. Exceed was just here as well. He just dipped out, but these guys, they went crazy today. So I just want to show some love to challengers. Hey, some wave to the camera. They were incredible. They did not drop a series. These guys have been representing FC Black. They have been incredible for this brand, bro, and they have been just representing like an absolute bunch of animals. So huge shout out to Brack, Exceed, Dylan Rex, and Asim, man. These guys were just insane this weekend. So
also another shout out to Dylan Rex. He got MVP of the tournament. He
Yeah.
had absurd stats.
he's crazy. Dylan Rex is insane.
Along the challenger scene, there was a lot of people that would call him an onliner, but he came out and he played absolutely incredible. And this is also his first tournament LAN win in challengers. So
gotta feel good.
congratulations to FC Black and congratulations to Rex.
I expect to see at least one of those guys in the league after this major.
There was
I'm telling
conversation
you, you
of
gotta
Rex
put a contract in
potentially.
there.
There was conversation about Rex potentially being an option for some teams, but also
Dylan Rex is good.
That guy's really good. I hope he gets an opportunity soon.
I think
And
Donnie
hopefully-
was sitting on the couch gassing Dylan
yeah,
before.
and I hope it's not on some fucking absolutely putrid team like Lawson or something.
It most likely will be.
I hope it's on like at least a middle of the pack team.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But New York, they get eliminated. OpTic Texas, they move on. We'll see them a little bit later, but let's move on to the next series of the day. We have Atlanta FaZe going up against Toronto Ultraa. This one goes all the way down to a map number 5 where Toronto Ultraa was able to take down Atlanta FaZe here in the winners final. Pat, you said that Toronto was going to win this winners final. You then had FaZe coming back through losers and winning. Ultimately, that did not happen.
But this one I called it.
This one you called, Pat. I'll let you start things off.
No. Tom, these are your boys. These are your guys, Tom. What went wrong today?
What went wrong?
Yeah.
That's good, Sam.
What went
Sam, I
wrong
like
today?
that. I'll
What
tell
went
you
wrong
what went
today,
wrong.
Tom?
I'll tell you exactly.
Yeah, tell me what
Sam,
went wrong today,
Sam, I'm
Tom.
trying to tell you.
Every voice fucking cracking up every day.
Thank God somebody else is getting hit with that question. These are your boys.
These are your boys, bro. What happened?
Let him
Okay,
speak.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. FaZe got absolutely pooped on today, and let me tell you why. They were stagnant, and they were doing that single push and shit, where they were definitely losing their heads and running around and doing stupid shit that they don't normally do. And we've talked about this with other top teams. That was something that OpTic didn't do today, right? Yeah. Yesterday, OpTic, we were talking about them, how they were single pushing, losing their heads a little bit. Atlanta FaZe fell right into that same trap today. They were losing their heads. Their teamwork seemed off. They weren't working off each other properly, and it showed here. Against a top team like Toronto, they're going to punish them for it. And then we also just got to talk about the search and destroy. FaZe can't win a search. They can't win an S&D. Their search and destroy has been really tough for these guys. They can't close out these maps.
They lost 5 of them this weekend, right?
Yeah, they've lost 5 S&Ds, and I just think it's just the decision-making in between rounds. They just overchow or do dumb shit. I mean, how many rounds did they troll today? It was bad. So, FaZe, they got to go back to the drawing board. I'm sure Pac, Pac's an S&D specialist. He's going to want to go back and make sure they clean up this search because it really hurt them this weekend. The search and destroy was just not it. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my take? Do you disagree? Sam, we'll start. Go ahead, man.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
You're good, man, Jack.
I mean, I think that the S&D, the S&D issue is in a lot of like 1v2, 2vx, 3vx situations, not even 4v4, because I don't think they've had that much difficulty getting first blood on these maps. It's the retakes on 6-star, their inability to really do that. And then on the Rio, just they commit to these big retakes where they triple or quadruple pinch, but with timings, they're just not able to just kind of hold the site and diffuse, and that ended up being a big deal in the round 11. And then we can get to the other S&D issues sort of later in the other series, but it's a situation which is tough for someone like Pac. I don't really know how you can't really coach that. You know what I'm saying? It's all decision making. Players just got to find their timings, get better instincts, and I think they just got to get the reps in.
Mm-hmm. Sam, what were you gonna say?
Scraps him.
Yep, he is him. Scrappy is him. He played unreal today. He's unreal.
Who were the two people that didn't vote him for MVP?
I don't know. I
always
really
see
don't
that.
know.
I gotta figure this out.
I would love to get names and faces. to figure out what's
It's
going on
random
here.
users, bro. It's a user voted thing.
Those draws and keeks.
No, that's crazy, bro. Come on, bro.
That's not right, Chris. That's not right.
No, that's insane.
that's actually crazy.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. We'll give it to you. But Dorothy, on that note, you go next. What did you think happened today with Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto?
Shit, I mean, bro, they just couldn't win S&D. Their hard points, I mean, they went 50-50 in this series. They looked fine in control. Their search and destroy just bit them in the ass. That Game 5 was absolutely absurd. They had a couple of moments where they did get first blood, and they still ended up losing the rounds. On top of that, like, just the way the game played out, bro, the teams were giving up B, like, the whole time and just allowing people to free play and almost 4v4 retaking pretty much every single round. And I feel like both teams, at points, like, yeah, Toronto won. They failed to adapt to the strategies that each team was.
They were just voluntarily retaking B every single
exactly,
round.
and
Whoever won,
I get retaking is decently easy, but there's a lot of opportunity for just like denying bomb plants and maybe denying like bridge control.
Toronto had a couple rounds where they like chopped their mid lane.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they did their best at adapting, but yeah, overall, Simp had a quiet series. He didn't really play too good. He played all right. And, for the MVP, and a lot of people were calling him the best player in the game, he didn't really, perform. But Scrappy fucking willed his team to winning this series, at least in the response.
Dude, 3-4-5, he actually went on a fucking nuclear.
Yeah,
But you said something, Chris, where you're like, man, Scrappy's having a quiet series. And as soon as you said that,
it was mid Karachi. He was like even negative a little bit. And then he ends up popping, like, he goes on like a not a 10 kill streak, but he goes on like a ridiculously like long spread where he's going like 10-2 or something, like KD wise, and he just brings it back, ends the map positive 10. Like, it was absurd.
He's insane. Scrappy's an incredible player, and he shows it time and time again. It's just the way he's able to find kills and find that damage as well. He's always just putting damage in. He's got to be a tough player to play against. Chris, I remember you said it yesterday. It's even watching it from other people's POVs, even if you just throw a shimmy onto Scrap, you're one shot instantly, right? Like, he just throws those shots down. He's definitely a tough player to play against. Pat, what did you think about the series here? We got Toronto Ultraa taking out Atlanta FaZe, sending them to losers.
Yeah, I thought it was a great series. If you want to scroll down to the overview of stats, I mean, the biggest thing for me is obviously, like, aside from Scrap, none of them really played that well, and they were still able to get the job done.
Yeah.
So I think that goes with what Sam was saying. Like, this guy literally willed his team to the victory here.
Was this the 3-16 series
but
that Jamie had?
I think it was.
3-17 on
the invasion.
Yeah.
Oof, man.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. But he went 0-17, right? Because he got those 3 kills round 1.
Round 1.
He got those 3 kills round 1, which is crazy. He didn't get a kill for the rest of the map.
Yeah, he got cooked, but
it happens.
I just think this Toronto team actually matches up well against this FaZe squad. I've been saying it. Like, they are just a good team to play against this FaZe squad. And yeah, I mean, they finally figured out their S&D. I didn't think they were going to be in an S&D drought as long as, like, we thought when they were playing bad during Major 2. Obviously, Envoy was having a horrible performance, but still, I mean, we kind of got one of those series with Insight in him this series, but they still were able to get the job done. So, I mean, if I'm a Toronto fan, which I got them as my 2024 World Champs, I'm still high on them, even though they just lost in the finals, but it's a good series and it's a good confidence builder going forward.
To your point, Pat, like 6-star S&D was, I think, a good help for them this weekend. Like, that was, we talked about bread and butter. It's like that was a bread and butter for them the last couple of days.
It's weird because they didn't really play it much during the stage. So
Maybe they were back pocketing that one.
yeah, they back pocketed that one for sure.
Yeah.
A little BBL map.
There we go.
I mean, the last map went all the way down to around 11 as well. We got to talk about that. It was a 2v3. Right, from Scrappy and Insight. Bomb was down. FaZe went all the way around on Rio.
4 pinched.
They 4 pinched on Rio, and it was Insight who was running away, trying to get out of there. And the fact that he was able to stay alive and play his life and get out of there and group up with Scrap,
Like,
that won him the round.
came back, got him a kill. I think Dill got blooded.
I mean, he had given it up 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So thank God he did it that time.
Jamie doesn't get away. They hop bomb, and they watch over, and it's GG's instead.
I like
It's
it. Like
tough position
I like
for
that the
FaZe.
series came down to like individual playmaking, which I think is like how the top 4 matchups usually shake out on LAN specifically, not so much on LAN. But like the talent disparity is so close when it comes to playing on LAN that it's just like whoever makes the fucking play. It's not really like online where we're fucking watching a 15-minute series with FaZe in Toronto. You know what I mean? So I think that to kind of touch on the point at the top of the show today, all of these series were just like who's going to make the play, who's going to win the extra gunfight. It's not really anyone just like getting fried and costing their team losing the map.
Right.
Other than Jamie going 3-17.
100%. And sorry, was it a 3v4 or a 2v3? I could have sworn it was a 3v4.
It was a 3v4.
Was it 3v4?
3v4.
Okay, I apologize for that. 3v4 situation. I just remember Insight making the play, staying alive, and Scrappy comes in, gets the kill over him, and FaZe they're kind of fucked. They're trying to find the kills, and they're running at Toronto, and Toronto was able to break them down. So
I also want to
great plays from Toronto.
I think their P3s on Karachi have been a bit iffy, especially against the top 4 teams. The last like 2 stages, they were excellent today, and that's how they were able to stay with it with FaZe. FaZe didn't blow them out early, and then Toronto made a lot of plays at the end on that second rotation, third rotation to win that map.
Yeah, that P3 break that Toronto had against FaZe too, because FaZe got in there, they broke in. I thought it was GG, and then Toronto somehow got back in there, and that would have been really good time for Atlanta FaZe at the end of the game. They probably would have went on to win it, but Toronto Ultra, they showed some ice today against Atlanta FaZe, and they were able to take them down. So, of course, Atlanta FaZe, they go down into the losers bracket, and that leads us to our next match here. We got OpTic Texas going up against Atlanta FaZe. This is another match that went to a map number 5. It was getting crazy here on Championship Sunday, folks, and OpTic Texas were able to get the dub. It started off hot for OpTic. They go up 2-0. I'm thinking, holy shit, what's going on with FaZe? They're playing terrible. OpTic looks incredible. And then FaZe, they bounce back. They win the next 2 maps. My heart's fucking pumping. Everybody's losing fucking composure.
Can we call this the LA Thieves now? Can we call this like the fake reverse sweep in the map 5 win? Is the
Yeah,
LA
the fake
Thieves?
reverse sweep, man. I thought for a second FaZe just had that momentum, and they're going to be able to carry it through over here on Invasion. I think the biggest play was probably that 3-3 round when Dashy clutches the 1v2.
That's the clutch of the tournament.
I mean, we have to pull that up, right? We have to pull that up.
Yeah, that's the clutch of the tournament.
But Sam, I'll let you.
These are your boys, man. I mean, what went wrong here?
Same thing, Sam. Same thing. I'll show you what went wrong. I'll show you right now what went fucking wrong.
You didn't even show the stats, Tom.
Oh, I didn't. I'll show the stats right now. Did I not show them? I thought I showed them. Sorry about that. Let's see the stats right here. But yeah, it was that 3-3 round, which I think was a 1v3 from Dashy. Sorry, not a 1v2. It was a 1v3 from Big Brucey. Scroll down, take a look at the stats here. You can see everybody positive from Atlanta FaZe except for Celium. It's a shock.
That's the first
Cell's
like
first
series
shit
I've
series
seen
in
him.
it. Yeah.
I'm actually curious, like how many, like when's the last time? I mean,
Both times this season or both against
He needs to
other
stop
Texas?
shooting fucking bodies. I'm going to say it, bro. You got to stop shooting.
He's not going to stop.
not
shooting.
it.
He's not
He's
gonna stop.
probably not going to stop.
Tom, they lost because of S&Ds.
No, they
Yeah.
did lose because of S&D. I
They did lose
know.
to
They
S&D,
did.
and they did lose because Shotzi was literally the greatest.
But
world
S&D wins
player
tournaments,
ever.
man.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
but-
breaking a record.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like they literally lost every S&D they played today. Think about that. Atlanta FaZe, the team that we've like hyped up for being good at absolutely everything. 2 of the biggest matches they played today, they lost all 4 searches. Like, how many times is that going to happen?
Well, I mean,
It don't
listen,
matter how many times it
yeah,
happened
I
today.
feel like, in my opinion, S&D wins you tournaments. Like, that is the most important game mode going into the weekend. And I feel like a lot of these teams definitely did their preparation. And OpTic looked good in Search today. They just looked really, really good. As we scroll through, you can kind of see like the stats and everything like that. Get to the map 4, FaZe had a go on, but then over here in the map 5, it was just a Dashy masterclass here, folks. We're gonna pull up that one play here from Dashy because this got to be the clutch of the tournament, right, guys?
100%. 100%.
I mean, this was just insane. Go ahead, Ben.
I don't know how he killed. We got to watch his back. I want to know how he snapped on MC because that was
MC fucking blacked out.
MC
did kinda black out.
MC did black out. I'm not gonna lie, he blacked out a
Which
little bit.
round
Ben,
was
what did you think about the series, Ben?
Before this,
I mean, I think it was a superstar performance out of Shotzi. I mean, we've been waiting for him to step up on a land
We
series
have been
against
waiting.
Atlanta FaZe.
it was here.
We've been waiting a while, Ben.
Well, he delivered. And he
Yeah,
delivered in
a
the next
star
series
player
as well.
typically delivers.
Yeah,
Here
but-
is the
But is he
1v3
now
here.
a superstar? I mean, we'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to the Shotzi superstar
Yeah.
because he is indeed a superstar, Pat. You can't
we'll
keep
see.
saying,
We'll
Pat,
see. We'll
you
talk
can't
about
keep
it.
saying this, Pat.
Because
You can't.
Tom, if we keep waiting for a superstar performance, that doesn't make him a superstar.
Bro, we're not waiting for it. He's been playing so good.
But Ben
Shotzi
just
has
said-
been
Ben just
insane.
said
All
we've been
right,
waiting.
put a pin in it for now. Let's
Ben's a
watch it.
moron.
Okay.
The fuck?
I agree with that, Tom.
I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry. That was a little too far.
Lock in.
I'm locked in. We have Big Bruce here. He's able to find one.
9
Guys,
seconds left.
9
8,
seconds left.
7.
The guy sees him dark. MC jumps the corner. Bruce hits him with the snap, gets the bomb down with literally a 0.1 second to spare. Now it's a 1v1 situation. He's got that Renetti in hand. He gets behind the desk. Draza spots him here, tags him up, and Dashy hits him with the one pump of death and clutches the 1v3 against Atlanta FaZe, which could have been a round that takes FaZe up 4-3, turns into OpTic going up 4-3.
Was that MC that jumped out?
Yeah.
That was MC that jumped out.
Listen, Zach saw him. He was clearly not on bomb.
What a play from Big Brucey. What a
I mean, the
play.
jump out was fine.
The very
Just do it
next
a second
round,
later.
the very next round, it comes down to a 1v1, and Abe over Childs as well. If you want to,
Is the defuse in this series? Is that this map?
Yeah, that was the other series.
Is that the other series?
That was the New York series.
That was the other series. That defuse was crazy too. We could pull it up. I mean, I thought it was
pull up the
pretty.
screenshot.
It was pretty close for
I
sure.
saw 7.4, Sam. What'd you see?
I think it was a Codcaster bug.
That snap,
has been bugged.
listen,
so-
that snap that Dashy hit onto Celium right there was phenomenal.
yeah.
That was that was an insane shot right there. Gotta give him, you gotta tip him right there, and then just the way that he has the confidence to challenge here. When he got tagged up, I thought he was out. I thought he was gonna turn and slide out. He challenged it. He said, "Fuck it." He's feeling himself. What a play from Dashy. I mean, it was just incredible.
Bro, he's on like Insight Major 1 S&D right now. He's like the most like clutch. I mean, I think he's leading the league right now.
He's leading the league.
I think he's got like 17 clutches this year. Or something.
Yep, and then we go over to the next
It's
round.
not surprising, Sam.
We go to the next round, 2v2 situation. It was a 3v2 for Atlanta FaZe, and then Kenny was able to push out MC over here towards Broken, makes it a 2v2. And then you can see how this kind of falls apart for FaZe. They have the bomb down, but you can see Simp. He comes in, right? Abizi gets the trade. Abizi jumps the corner here, sees him court, but he fucks up his shimmy. He fucks up his shoulder. And AG clutches the 1v1 and the
Abe
ice.
was still weak too, no?
Yeah,
He was weak. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird because Tyler saw him. He saw him there, and I thought he was just gonna play I thought he was either gonna 1, slide to the tank, 2, throw a tighter shoulder, or just go to cafe and just play somewhere in cafe.
Wait for your health to regen.
Yeah, something, anything but that probably would have worked. But instead, AG, he has the ice. He clutches the 1v1. It was fantastic plays from him and great shots as well. He zaps him right there. When Abizi turns the corner, AG hits fantastic shots. So you can see here, OpTic Texas go up 5-3 those last 2 rounds. OpTic Texas were able to clutch up. So fantastic plays here from OpTic against Atlanta FaZe. As a FaZe fan myself, this one hurt. This one hurt.
A lot of clutches, yeah.
A lot of clutches for sure. You guys want to take a look at the bomb defuse? And see what's going on here. That was in the map 2, right? Or 5?
I don't remember what round.
Oh,
It was map 5.
It was map
remember what round
5.
it was,
I
though.
think it was one of these rounds.
It was whenever Dash was on the street.
Yeah, Dashy was on a streak. He did some right here.
right
Here
here.
it is. I found it. This was actually crazy, bro. I don't even know. We'll play it out. Here's the
Put it in
replay.
2.5.
Let's put it in 2.5 so we could get a better look at this and really see what's going on here. But Dashy, he gets the trade here onto Caesar Skies Bueno. Invest in your game, folks. Gets the shot with the Renetti. Take a look at that clock. All right, he gets on the bomb. 7.5 right here, right? Takes 7.5 to defuse.
I think he's hitting square right
I
now.
think he's
gun's
hitting
still out.
square right now.
The gun's
Listen,
Nah, because look, he even went forward more.
The animation isn't when it starts. It's like when you like hit square. Like it's weird.
It's when he hits square.
It has to be the literal millisecond.
Oh, I got to move the chat. Sorry, guys. Let me move the chat for you
There
guys.
have been like weird integer round. There have been weird rounding errors for Codcaster for a number of years with the clock, and I'm not surprised. Like, didn't we have the 0-0 issue earlier?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a deviance on the clock that appears on Codcaster when it actually is.
I mean, bro, regardless,
So-
that is
So
the
close.
microsecond that
Yeah.
he picks that bomb up is when he could have got it.
Bro,
That's insane.
Bro, we were like, get off of it. You're on a 5
Yeah,
spree.
I mean, Chris was tweaking. He's like, you're on a 5. Oh, my God.
We went nuts when he defused this
Yeah, that was
bomb.
an absurd
It was
defuse.
such a big play. It sends OpTic up 5-2. I mean, it was just such a big round here. And Dashy, again, just so clutch today, making those plays for OpTic Texas. It's just phenomenal plays from him in all of OpTic, to be honest with you. It was a good bomb defuse right there. But, guys, let's go back to the series with Atlanta FaZe and OpTic Texas. Any final thoughts here on this one. Definitely thought OpTic played better COD today. They took advantage of FaZe and the mistakes they were making. Go ahead, Sam.
First is the double high rise. That's something that we've been harping on, and I've been harping on a lot because they played it in fucking every series they played in the online qualifiers. They knew that the double Rio was going to be in here for the vetoes. They knew that this was going to be the map set for the last fucking 2 months. So to see them actually win one of them was probably a huge shining star for their series.
For this moment for a long
I mean,
time.
this is all they cared about. Even when we go over the series on the show, like they've been waiting for this.
And they've had some rough hires, but I really liked how they played this map.
They adapted the map too.
Cruddied the fuck out.
Because they played it like my ass.
Yeah, they played like
against
super
New York.
cruddy.
And the other thing was, Pat, you said that they wouldn't beat them for the rest of the year.
I mean, they won 2 S&Ds when they clutched up. Obviously, that's why they beat them. I mean, again, I don't think next event, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think all these clutches are going to happen. Obviously, yeah, they won
You didn't put a
S&Ds.
caveat on how it would happen. You said it wouldn't happen.
I mean, they're going to be like 1-10 at the end of the year, so I'm not too worried about it, Sam. They clutched up in S&Ds today. It happens. I mean, OpTic's really excited for XDefiant. It comes out Tuesday. That's why they're so hyped today, and that's really all it came down to.
Yeah, those 6 series were very convincing. Celium played like fucking ass, and then even though they didn't get the win, Draza was easily Atlanta FaZe's best player this
He was
entire
insane.
weekend.
Was that the damage record?
Yes, it was.
It was either
So
was
damage
or it was
and kill
close.
record, same series?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure damage and kill record. Which
I mean, we've talked about this. The fact that draws us shining on a team like this, where like the trio, you know, like how many teammates have the trio's gone through? Where it's kind of like that gap filler player. He's not really like the superstar. Draws has been a superstar for these guys, man. He's been really playing well. He's so well rounded in every game mode. He's good at every single game mode. Yep. So shout out to Draws, but today for Atlanta FaZe, it fell short, and they get their worst placing of the year with a 3rd place finish here at Major 3.
Funny thing is Toronto.
Bomb out at third.
So bad.
Toronto, FaZe, and OpTic have all finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year.
That's actually crazy. That's actually insane. Who's winning the next one? New York, not the top 4 teams,
God,
where everybody wins
I
one?
don't think so.
Yeah, New York's got a long way to go. I
Someone's
think.
winning too.
They got a long way to go for sure. But
I think FaZe has got to work on a 6-star search and invasion search. Those are the 2 S&D maps they really struggle with this weekend.
I mean, S&D in general, like.
Yeah.
Outside of just the maps,
those
they
two
need to
maps
work
in
on.
particular.
They need to work on the fact they're getting clutched on in these situations.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think maps are irrelevant for that. I just think they need to hit the drawing board for S&D again.
Well, they are relevant because I don't think they won an invasion this split. So
what's next for Atlanta FaZe? You guys see a roster change, Sean?
I hope so. Blow it up.
I mean, I don't know. Third is pretty bad.
Blow it up.
I'm obviously
They're
joking. I'm obviously fucking
I think they should
joking.
fucking blow it
They're
up.
dropping Celium for FaZe Fugaze.
I heard that Sam is coming into the squad.
Blow it up.
Sam ruined the league. That's another conversation
That's
we
a
can go.
different conversation for
That's a
another
different
time,
conversation for a different time. But Atlanta FaZe got eliminated. OpTic Texas move on to the grand
Jesus
final. Let's switch on over and take a look here at the stats. This one ended in a 4-0 finish for OpTic Texas. They sweep Toronto Ultraa. Toronto could not get a map on the board. Let's scroll down. Oh, gee! Jump scare! Oh, shit!
Yo, Scrap needs some help.
These guys got shit on.
Did not two.
Oh, Maron. Go ahead, Ben.
2 of the last 3 finals they played where they have just gone absolutely just ran. I know the one they played before this they did win. So
Was COD champs? Was it like the same thing? Did Scrap play good and then all the rest
No,
of
they
them
all
get
got
shut?
shit
Oh, they
on.
all
They
got shit on.
They all got fried.
I mean, OpTic was a hot team coming in, which is fair. I mean, they got their best map in the first inning, which was Subbase, which this major
you just
decision by
lost your voice
Toronto to let
right there.
Subbase come
votes.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
what
what's up
the
with that. Go ahead.
There's some drunk.
No, I was going to say, who the fuck's not
Voting
voting
going
for
on.
Shotzi? Bro, Shotzi this series was insane.
Haters, Tom.
Bro,
fucking
I
haters.
don't-
Insane,
It's
bro.
Pat on
know.
like fucking 13 accounts, I guess.
I don't know what
Never
OpTic
voted
did.
in one of these.
I don't know what OpTic did. I don't know what Shotzi did. I don't know what Karma, JP, Hex, whatever, did to flip the switch on Shotzi. But after that New York series, he had like a 0.9 in the New York series, whatever, right? Kenny and Dashi
Yeah.
played well. After that New York series, Shotzi became a literal god.
He was
He
insane.
dropped back-to-back series with
insane.
100
He had a
plus
blackout
kills,
day.
broke the record,
He had a
and then
blackout
literally
day.
had it. Yeah, he had a
He had a
blackout.
blackout.
Like
you guys have all
couple
had
hours,
probably
bro.
moments like that in an event where
Everything
every
works.
decision you made
Everything
was the right
works.
decision.
But
It
it
just felt like that
also
for him.
speaks to the format, which is right. We have tournaments. People catch fire at tournaments. That is what Call of Duty has historically always been about. And that's why, again, when we talk about next year and going back online, like a format where people are playing one match a day does not represent what Call of Duty is about or ever has been about. We need multi-day tournaments, even online, whatever, because that's when you see real Call of Duty get played. When
We need
people
all
get
these teams
streaky,
to
when
catch
teams
fire.
get streaky. Yeah. But I mean, that's just what happens in Call of Duty, and it always has been the case. That's why these one-off league matches do not make any sense.
Look at Shotzi. 31 kills in the first respawn.
Yeah, 35
30 kills in the next
today.
respawn. 37 in the third respawn. How many 30-plus bombs did he have? Five in a row. Guys, we have to ask this question. We'll start with Sam. We'll go down the couch. Is Shotzi a superstar? Sam.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yes.
Ben.
Yes.
I agree. Pat.
I don't, and I'll tell you
Okay.
why. So to be a superstar, Tom, you have to be able to do this multiple times, multiple Sundays. This is the first time.
What is that?
Hold on.
Is that the goalpost?
This
in
is
the fucking back?
No. I'm using my description for what a superstar is. A superstar to me is someone who is consistently doing this multiple times. Yes, you said it earlier, Ben. We've been expecting and waiting for Shotzi to have a performance like this, and he finally did. I think he's a star player who had a superstar day. He had a day, not a weekend, a day. He didn't play good on Thursday, didn't play that good on Saturday. He had a day. It was Sunday. Today he caught fire, and he fried. And, I mean, the craziest thing, too, is I know there's a lot of people out there. How many people watching? 24,000?
We have 25,000 people
25,000 people in the chat. I know they think Shotzi is a superstar. And the beauty of that, Tom, is that in X-Defiant, there's no skill-based matchmaking. So they actually get to play against Shotzi in regular matchmaking.
Wow.
And so when you think about it,
Sounds terrible.
it's absolutely free to play. It comes out on Tuesday. If you want to play with Shotzi and Seth, no skill-based matchmaking, you'll get in those games. And I
Right.
think that's the beauty. If you do think he's a superstar, you'll be able to play
Okay,
with him.
so
Sam, you want to get this or you want me to take this?
I just want to know when you would classify him as one.
One more tournament. If I see another tournament this year of him having a superstar Sunday, then he'll be a superstar.
Hold on, I'm throwing a flag on the plate. There's no way that you
Ben's
just
standing up.
There's no way that you just dodge a Shotzi conversation by dropping a fucking promo in the middle of your.
I
No,
did
that's
it.
insane.
I didn't drop
The X-Defiant promo is insane.
I didn't dodge
That's
it.
fucking
Did I
insane.
not give you my description
No, you
for what
did.
a superstar
You
is?
did,
Someone
but-
that has multiple championship Sunday superstar performances in a game.
What are you gonna do when he does it? At Major
I will
Four?
say that
And
Shotzi-
If he does it, not
What are you gonna do?
when he does
No,
it,
no,
if
I
he
wanna put it on
does
the
it.
spot. If he does it, Major
If
Four.
he has multiple
If he does it, Major
superstar
Four.
performances on Championship Sunday, he'll be classified as a superstar for this game.
I will say that Shotzi in general
holding
has
it to
gotten.
this
But he
game,
did it, yeah. But
bro.
he did
This
it.
game
He
is
did it.
crazy.
He did
Listen,
it for
listen.
any event this year, and he did it last year, and that's why he was no longer a superstar.
Brother, he's a superstar in general. Doesn't matter the game.
Nah, you can't say that.
Doesn't matter the
because people-
stats.
Nah,
Pat,
that
everything
doesn't
revolves
work.
around everything revolves around Shotzi. He's the playmaker.
but
He's the impact. He's the
That
impact
doesn't
on the
make him
map.
a superstar.
What the fuck?
I was going
How?
to. I was gonna.
He doesn't put up superstar performances
I
consistently.
want to chime
Go,
in here.
Marlon. Go ahead, Chris.
I will say that Shotzi has gotten better and better at every stage. His impact.
But would you say he was a superstar Major 1 or Major 2?
Major 2 qualifiers? It was not the event. He didn't play as
No,
good.
no, I don't care about the online shit.
Um,
Was he a
Superstars are
superstar
gonna
at
have
Major
bad
1 or
maps,
Major 2?
bad events. Superstars, you know what I'm
But he
saying?
had multiple all last year. He had Major 1, Major 2. He was not a superstar. Like, when you're
We're
comparing...
talking about last year, Slay. Now,
Yeah,
we're
which
talking
is
about
what
this
I
year.
said. Coming into the game, he wasn't a superstar.
It's a superstar argument.
Bro,
sucks.
when you compare superstars,
I
compare to
think-
people who are consistently every Sunday world starring.
I mean, I really don't care about
Shotzi
the argument
finally
or
did it,
putting a title
but
or a
that doesn't
label on
make him
anyone.
one.
These guys are all gods. Shotzi's gotten better and better. Outside of Shotzi, I want to give big shout-outs to Pred on this roster. Pred, I don't know if you guys know this, stats-wise, anything-wise, the way Pred plays the game now and the way he played this tournament, he went back to that, like...
He started fucking shooting his guns.
Started
He went back
aggressive,
to
like, I
that
love
just,
it.
like, bulldogging, like, running people over, like, just, like... hunting people down,
He also
type
did
vibe.
MCW for
And on top of
75%
that, both the pickups
Did
that
they all run it? I swear I saw it. MCW 90%.
I was going to say also both of the pickups that OpTic got this year, Kenny obviously has proven himself as a really good in-game leader. He dominates the comms. He's always worried about other people. He's still managing fine performances. But Pred brings fucking energy, bro. You go to every single one of the listen-ins, and this guy is fucking screaming. He brings the intensity. And I feel like there's been times in OpTic's long-tenured career in Call of Duty Esports where they didn't have that, bro. I felt like they had a lot of like calm energy where it was just like it was kind of boring. And Pred's completely changed that with the amount of energy.
Even
and boring
Damon
and all
said
that stuff.
something.
It's amazing.
Damon said it in the interview. He's like, AG really just focused on his game and he adapted well. I know it was like a problem. It was drama at one point, right? Because Damon said something on stream.
Listen, Damon uses platform sometimes as a coach.
What did Damon say?
Damon said that AG plays
The way he
too
played,
slow.
the way he was
He wanted
playing.
to change his play style, and Damon said it on stream, and And I think, I got to tip AG. He's improved it. Yeah, sometimes he does go a little bit rogue. That high-rise control against FaZe, I think AG kind of trolled a little bit in one of those rounds. But if you're an OpTic fan that plays who's making Invasion Search this weekend, like, that's the AG you want instead of the one that was sort of out of the play. So
Yeah, I think it says a lot about AG. Takes accountability. He changes up his play. He adapts his play, and he probably worked his ass off. Probably worked his ass off in practice. And clearly, these guys have just been having productive practices because they've definitely gotten better. And it showed here today. After the first map here, midway through the first map in the grand final, I said it was going to be a 4-0.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, they steamrolled him.
I don't know what the thought process from Toronto is here.
They vetoed Karachi hardpoint, right?
No, they vetoed Vista.
They vetoed Vista?
Which I just
OpTic is undefeated on it.
I hear that. They're also undefeated on subbase. I feel like you tried subbase earlier against them. It didn't work out.
Oh, yeah, but they also
played it well, I think.
They played it pretty decently. I feel like
I don't think I've ever watched OpTic being anywhere close to losing that map.
The veto process is why they lost. Like,
100%. But I think the first map.
OpTic has a good map pool that matches up versus Toronto.
Fucking blackout Sunday.
Yeah, and they caught him when they were literally playing
blacked out, bro.
Probably some of the best COD I've watched on this title. Like even with FaZe being as good as they were and as consistent they were, like the way OpTic was playing today, I think this is like the best Call of Duty we've watched out of a team in general on this game.
Whoa. Toronto Major 1 was very fun.
Toronto Major 1
was very good.
It's going in waves, guys. I mean, I agree, Sam. Toronto Major 1, FaZe Major 2, OpTic Major 3. This is why these are the 3 best teams in the world right now.
And then New York and then everybody else.
Bro, I will say, chat, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the final or missed anything, go to the Rio hardpoint and listen and watch the listening. Like, they got every fucking kill for, like, 2 minutes straight, and just the energy.
Yeah, it was over by then.
And it was over by then, but just, like, that's, like, the shit that they were on for Sunday. Like, this team flipped us. Like, they did not look great yesterday. We were criticizing how they were playing yesterday, and so did they. They said that they didn't like the way they played. But that listening in the Rio was just, like, a summary of how they played
I wanted them to keep the listening going until the game
did, too. I wanted
that listening was honestly, dude, like...
They were running through.
Bro, as a former competitor, tell me that listening wasn't like, wow,
it gave me dope. It
gave me so much dope, bro. Like,
nah, this listening is fantastic. Dude.
Yeah, let's tune in. Actually, we'll tune into the listening. We'll give it a little listen. I'm just trying to figure out where the heck it started.
Towards the end of the game.
It was like it was a long one, right? It was a pretty long listening.
I think they did a couple hills.
Like maybe like OpTic was at like 100 to 150.
Now, unfortunately, I cannot show the whole listening if it's over 120 seconds. But we will show a majority of the listening, and you guys can just kind of get an idea of how.
8 and 9. FaZe
fuck the rule. We're gonna get in trouble, bro. I don't want to get in trouble. I love doing the flank.
8 and 9. 8 of their last 9 S&Ds. That's what the stat is.
The listen's going right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's tune into the listening with OpTic Texas and see how the boys sounded. This was the 4th map to complete the 4-0 sweep against Toronto Ultraa. Let's tune in. Oh shit! Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm dead. I mean, half one. I 3-0. Contest is a little bit. Time on my no trophy. You guys take a deep plat. That's one. You guys hot dog or some shit. On time scrap, absolute scrap on time. Plat. He's in the plat corner. Plat corner. I can't see plat corner. Nice up, man. Take it. Let me show them. Gate inside. I'm running a gate. I got that, baby. Go. He's getting. He went halfway. Too short. I got one there. It's 23. I'm caution on me. Right, I got same spot. Nice.
The listening gets so good when like they're at the point of no return.
Yeah, the P3.
First guy clean next going right, bro. Where's the envoy? You heard?
Yeah.
That shit dope.
I got it, AJ. You're good. I'm pitching him. Go to the back. I'm behind him all. I'm looking at it. Yeah, back there. Inside the back. Inside. Understand. Last guy. He was Eskies.
This is ultimate flow state here.
Eskies. I have Eskies in a second. Eskies clear. I'm ready. Eskies. All right, go there. I'm in there with you. Nice job. Pitch it. No, I'm in right. I got him. I'm pitching the lobby. Once again, I can kill him. Tell him. I'm standing up. Let's go.
It's a shit.
Keep flooding.
And that's going to do
Bro, I
it
wish they
for
kept it
the
the whole map,
listening.
man. I wish they did.
The end of that listening gave me like flashbacks to like the Scumpy listening where like he was like on Yemen. And
The best
he
in
was,
the
like,
game
I'm
one.
Dad, oh my God, Dad.
Yeah.
Like that like was fucking insane.
It'll be
bro.
a nostalgic listening for
Bro,
sure.
y'all know the feeling like when you know you're about to win
The best
tournament,
feeling in the world.
and it's just like the next like hill or the next like couple kills.
You
you're
know
just
that
fucking
feeling, right, Benjay?
dead.
The
Oh,
fuck?
bro.
You know that feeling, right,
That
Benj?
shit's unbelievable, man.
There's nothing better
Like you
than that
know
feeling.
you're about to win
In the
and
middle
you're
of the
just-
map?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Oh,
better
bro,
than that,
it's
bro.
fucking unreal,
Man,
man.
what's
You
it?
know it's over.
She's saying you might need to come out of retirement.
I
son.
ruined it. It's fine.
You might need to come out
All
of
my sons got a
retirement.
chip.
Some people are talking about tweets in the chat. Apparently, Scrappy tweeted. I'm not really too sure. What did he tweet here? Let's take a look here. Let's see what he had to say after the loss. He said, "It is what it is. Can't change what happened and can only move forward. Congrats, OpTic. They deserved that final. Shout out to the fans as well. This was by far the best event I've played at.
Pulling
Till
this
next
up?
time, bros."
This is like a normal good tweet.
It is a new. I
Why
mean,
was the
they were.
chat
I don't
saying
know.
it?
They were
Yeah.
saying Scrappy tweet. They were all spamming. Did he just tweet it? Maybe. Maybe he just
Oh, no,
tweeted
they
it.
said girlfriend. They're spamming girlfriend.
Nice.
I-
W beef.
I think I'm okay on pulling up the girlfriend tweets. To be honest with you, I'd rather just keep it nice and professional. To be honest, I don't want no problems.
Let me take a look at it.
Okay, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead. What does it look like over there, Ben? Go ahead, take a look.
Scrap learned to play an instrument.
What happened? What did she tweet,
shit.
Ben?
Oh, shit.
She said, confronting a 5'2" female. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this tweet. We're not going to get this any oxygen.
Oh, it's drama.
It's drama. They're are the girls
Love
fighting?
the drama, dude.
Nah,
Listen, guys, I want
like
nothing to
the
do
girls were
with-
fighting going off that.
No, apparently I read it looks like they're fighting. Are they pressing
not
each
girls,
other?
though.
What do you mean?
Read the last line.
Like what? Listen, guys. I want listen.
Look, I'm gonna. Put,
I'm good on this.
Bro,
I'm
I'm
good.
gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say
good on this.
No. Let me. Listen, I don't get why all the
Go ahead, Ben.
people and people's entourage got involved themselves in bullshit drama after the finals end. Like, can we just
spit on
end
that
this
shit,
shit
man.
once the final map ends? Why does this happen now in like 3 or 4 straight?
No, we're pulling it up.
Well, I wanted to see, but I couldn't see
So
it.
fucking stupid.
Oh my lord. Never mind.
so dumb.
Yeah, listen. Some drama going down. There might be some fights going down at the bar right now. You will see what happens. You know what I mean?
Run the outro, they're out there.
Let's bring the camera out there. It go crazy, but nah. Just to sum it up, bro. Just to
out
sum it
OpTic,
up.
bro.
Congratulations to OpTic Texas. They
were
deserve
due,
the win.
man. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I was really happy for Damon and JP. That made me happy. Just seeing them up on stage with the boys. I know it's probably really stressful when things aren't going as planned, especially with the big fan base and everything like that. It can be a lot on the mental. So to see Damon and JP up there, I know how hard they work and how bad they wanted it. Just a huge congrats to them, bro. It made me happy to see them up there, especially those guys.
I'm really happy for Brandon. Brandon has had so many critics for such a long time because he's been on the team for a while and they haven't had a lot of success. But he's put in a lot of strides to change his play style. It's pretty fucking apparent when you watch him play. It's apparent with the stats. He played great this weekend. Obviously, Shotzi was the MVP. Kenny had his did his thing, Pred did his thing. But like, there's just the fact to see
Brandon's
Brandon
had
win
critics?
again. Brandon's had a lot
Brandon's
of critics,
had
bro.
a lot. People were spamming OpTic scrap. They were spamming OpTic scrap shit. Scrappy was on the Scrappy was on the OpTic watch party, and they were spamming OpTic scrap
you
at
can't
the chat.
classify a delusional OpTic fan as a critic.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
That's just
Can-
some
can I-
moron.
Dashi was unbelievable.
Can I add one
Unbelievable
thing to
this
what you're saying,
weekend.
Chris?
That's Big Brucey, baby.
Because JP's in that chat. Shout out to JP and the boys. If you're the OpTic boys, this is just a step in the road. Like, you can't get complacent after this. The other teams, as you see with Toronto and FaZe, everybody's got their peaks and valleys. Got to kick it on from there because OpTic's got the opportunity. Keep playing like this to do something special. You don't want to waste a good performance in the middle of the season and then play poorly at the end of the year.
Agreed. Pat, you got any final thoughts on the tournament as a whole? The fights going down at the bar.
Yeah, I'm interested in that, but no, I think it was a good tournament.
was a great
I think, yeah, like we said in the beginning, like Championship Sunday was probably the best Championship Sunday of the CDL era. And it kind of goes back to what we were saying before. Like, we finally got top 4 matchups, and that's what we want to see. I don't even think it's just us. I think it's, like, fans, everybody. And so, yeah, I think Ben mentioned it earlier. Like, I really hope we get a format that does get more of the top 4 involved, because having to watch, like, Seattle play.
What do you mean?
I think I'm gonna.
What do you mean?
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Well, we gotta go back. We gotta go watch Rocker play Breach when we just saw that. So
I'm gonna be sick.
obviously, it sucks for everybody that we don't get enough of the top 4. And when they show out on Championship Sunday how they did, it's a win for everybody.
Look at these fucking upcoming matches. I am going.
This might be one of the worst.
I'm actually on
Fridays.
vacation for these.
So,
y'all-
I will be gambling
I'm telling you
during
that-
these matches.
We're only talking about 2 matches.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, we're not talking about the
We're
team
not
that's already out.
We're not
Wait,
talking
talk
about
about
Boston
Boston.
shit.
But
We don't
LAG is
talk-
basically out too. So
Wait, is that this? Like, this is like when we get home?
No,
it's
it's the week after.
We have a
Week
week
after,
off.
we got a week
Oh,
off.
I'm on
I'm
vacation.
also
Y'all enjoy
gonna-
that.
I'm also-
I'm gone. I'm dead ass. I'm not even trolling. I'm not here.
Oh,
Y'all
you
enjoy
are on
that.
vacation,
I'm
that's right.
gone.
I'm
Y'all
missing
enjoy
a
that.
week too because there's a golf tournament in Columbus. I'm gonna go to that shit.
Y'all
also,
enjoy
there's,
that.
there's gonna be a week, and I think this might be the one. There's gonna be 1 week where I'll be in Atlanta.
Let's go. Me
too.
and Ben are out
Well,
of
this
here.
isn't for
I
the
was gonna be
week
in Atlanta
after.
week where I'm gonna be for the
You
fucking
better
facility.
This
fucking-
is 2 weekends from now, Ben. You'll have a whole week of grinding next to final.
Which I'm excited for. I get back on fucking Tuesday and get the
So all I
player
know
shit.
is, bro, there's going to be a lot of
Excited.
community questions, Tom.
Dead ass.
Yeah, we'll definitely
We're doing
switch it
some
up for
brackets.
the shows.
Yeah.
We'll do some brackets, tier lists,
Scoreboards and community.
questions, whatever you guys want to
Because
do.
we'll probably we got to do a tier list episode or some bullshit episode. Probably what we want to do one like the end of this week.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
down.
I'm curious.
always
Who
down
do you
to
guys
run.
have winning these?
I got Toronto versus Seattle. I got Minnesota versus
fucking hate
Boston,
you, bro.
and I got the Carolina Royal Ravens versus
I got
LAG.
absolutely nobody winning because we have to sit through
I
these
have the
matches.
fans losing.
I actually got Boston beating Rocker here.
I do too.
Ew.
Yeah, but I will say Rocker got to make a roster change, and so depending on that roster change, I may switch that opinion. But I fully expect Rocker to
You
make
think
a change.
Boston's making a roster change?
It doesn't matter.
Rocker
but
and
Rocker-
It's
Rocker
fucking
gotta make
chalked.
changes.
Their year is chalked, I feel.
For LOLs.
But Rocker has to.
I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, it is Championship Sunday. It is time for Benjay Nassim to hit the pump. Can we get a one spam in the chat? Last time on Championship Sunday, I believe Benjay missed the pot.
Ben is 1 for 1 on land.
He is 1 for 1 on land, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what this guy can do. He's throwing the BBL back on stream. Look at this guy. Jesus fucking Christ. Benjay, we can't see the cup. Benjay, we can't see the cup. The camera, the tables are the way the camera, Ben. Benjay Nassim looking like $1 million as the Champions X FaZe Clan collab on. Looking very, very good. Looking spiffy. Yep, that's a lot better, Benjay. We can see it. Benjay Nassim. Okay, ready to go. Let's take a look here at the channel point predictions. Okay, we have 21 million on you making it and 21 million on you missing it. Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this.
He's
Will
missing.
Benjay Nassim sink the paw? And he misses the paw. It's not even close. And he chokes
gets
again
nervous. He gets
on
nervous.
Championship Sunday yet again. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
I mean,
an
are we
absolute.
surprised?
And
Are
he's
we
going for a round 2. And he's going for a round 2. And
He made round 2.
makes the second one, but it's too late. It's too late.
No,
It is too.
I can't putt.
No, Benjay.
You
Sit
play
your ass
golf.
down, Benjay.
I don't
Sit your
putt.
ass down. It's over
No.
with. It's over
I
with,
don't
Ben.
play golf.
Ben, nobody golfs but you. It's over with. Benjay, sit back down. I've had enough.
Have
I've had
you no
enough.
shame, Ben.
Come here, Ben. Give us your final thoughts of the weekend. Give us your final thoughts of the part. Close us out or something, Ben. Come on.
Final thoughts on the weekend. Shout out to Toronto Ultra, a fucking incredible
Always the
event.
best event,
You know,
man.
we talk a lot on this
Such
show.
a great venue.
Always the
I
best.
got 2 things to say. One on the Toronto thing. We've talked a lot about how we all miss Anaheim, right? All that stuff. I think Toronto Ultra has created an event that's a new MLG Anaheim. So shout out to them. That's not easy to do. Coming in post-COVID, all that shit. Like, they found a great venue, a great city. I think all of us every year want to come back here, so I hope they keep running events. The second thing I got to say, probably talk about it more over the next upcoming months. If we learn anything from this weekend, the fucking online format we have is so dog shit. Like, we got so much dope from watching top 4 matchups, and I got to wait like 3 or 4 weeks now to watch maybe one top 4 team play each
Online.
other, and then we got to wait another 2 weeks. Like,
Then it might be a
got to
15-minute
find a
series.
better format where we get these apex moments, even online. If we got to be there against those top teams, we want to see it. So hopefully, people in power can figure that.
I think it'll
the fuck
also
out.
influence these shit teams to make roster change faster because they'll be getting eliminated so quickly in
Yeah.
the online stages.
And like I get it from ownership groups. I get the partnership issues. I get the minimum hours issues. I get the minimum game issues.
Yeah, but they don't have big buy-ins
But
anymore,
the fans
so they
are
can shut
telling
up.
you. The fans are telling you what they want to see.
Yeah.
And so listen to the fans in this situation.
Well, guys, that is going to do it for us this weekend. It was an incredible tournament. I can't thank you guys enough for all the energy in the shows, in the watch parties, in just everything, bro. You guys were insane this weekend, bro. There was a lot of banter, a lot of shit talk between us in the chat. It was so fun, man. I can't thank you guys enough. Shout out to the whole panel for flying out.
All
It was
the
an amazing,
guests.
all the guests that
So
we
many
had
guests.
on. Huge shout out to Looney for hopping on yesterday. Don Dada was on the stream. Shout out to FC Black again. Huge shout out to my man Zyberry over here in the back. Bepsi, Eric Anderson, of course, FaZe Clan. None of this
K-Son.
is possible without FaZe Clan.
Gotta
K-Son.
make sure K-Son's
Yeah, wherever he's at.
I gotta make sure K-Son's okay.
K-Son was pacing for 45 minutes, just looking at his feet, just going back and forth, just losing absolute composure.
Shout out to the chat, man.
Shout out to you guys,
W's
bro.
in the shot.
W's in
You-
the shot.
Yeah, you guys are just unbelievable, bro. Best community in the world. Guys, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Get at anchor.fm/theflank to check out audio sites around. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gersh doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. Go to ZooMaa.gg. Merch coming out soon. And go join the ZooMAFIA community on Twitter, bro. Go check it out. Join the community. It's been getting popping over there. We got league matches coming up. We'll run some more shows during the week. And we'll get back into it, man. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys, man. Take care. Brush your hair. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank. Take it easy. Take it easy.